Okay. Hey guys, welcome. We are going to do a quick interview with the lovely Maria Mumbach. Did I say that correctly? Mumbach. Okay. Close enough.
Everyone is, even when I first met my husband, I said, is your last name Mumbach? Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so this is going to be just like the interview where she interviewed me, but I'm going to be asking questions this time. So, Maria, let's give the viewers a short introduction or a quick bio on who you are.
Okay, my original name was Maria Azucena Corral. I'm first generation American, and I come from a long line of shaman. My family originates from, they're a mixture of Mayan and Aztec. When I was younger, I did sense things, but my mom was the type of person that would, like, you're making this up, like you have no idea. And she put the fear of God in me when it came to being sensitive, that's not godly, and that I was going to go to hell, basically. So I think I just kind of stopped trying to sense things, or to stop being myself, basically. Right after high school, I joined the military. So I was in the military for 4 years. I was an operations specialist, and I did travel the world quite a bit. After the military, I just worked for the government, and I've been working for the government for a very long time.
Wow. So when you say you come from a long line of shamans, and is it your grandparents?
My grandparents and my great-grandparents.
Okay.
And my aunts.
Wow.
Yeah. So
everyone but your mother.
My mother was actually very special. She was very sensitive, but she always stopped herself. I'm not sure what happened with her or what trauma, but and she's the type of person that gets influenced easily. Like, that's, if somebody tells her, that's evil, then she's gonna believe it. And anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you said that you were younger and you already knew you were sensitive to energies and stuff like that. But when did you really first realize you had a connection with spirit?
When I was in my 20s, I had a dream that my ex-husband was going to fall out of a helicopter. 2 years later, he fell out of a helicopter. I knew he wasn't going to pass from it. I think that was the period of time that I knew. But like I said, I've had little incidents growing up that I should have known, but I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of the dreams that I was getting were coming true. So.
Yeah, that happened with me too. Like I had weird premonitions of things when I was younger, especially in my teen years, but you just shrug it off, that you just call it coincidence and move on with your life. And then that happened to me as well. In my 20s, I started getting visitations from people that passed. And it's scary. Like, I would wake up at 3:00 in the morning and I would have to Google their obituary just to make sure that they were indeed deceased, because it can become really, really scary, and people will just kind of take a step back and they don't realize that that's a form of mediumship or psychic.
Well, it's the taboo that magic has, right? Or being sensitive.
Absolutely.
That's the only reason it's scary. It's because it's so taboo.
Right.
And you feel like you're doing something wrong.
Right. And we spoke about this too. I want to bring up, like, everybody is so used to like ghost whisperer or medium with Alison Dubois, and they think that that's what mediumship is. That is not what mediumship is, where she sees her father-in-law vividly right next to her. That's not what it is. Maybe for some people it is, who are very, very gifted. But that's not what mediumship is. It's a very subtle, and you can miss it as soon as it comes.
Or you can misinterpret things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. So what was one instance that you woke up to your mediumship abilities?
Okay. I think the first time I tapped into spirit, I felt like I was making things up.
Like we all do.
Like we all do. So I went into a development circle. I had already been practicing tarot cards, and I was practicing writing down information that was coming through to me. But I've never actually blended and stayed with an energy. So when I went to a development circle, the host or the teacher or the facilitator of the circle said, "Maria, you have somebody." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean I have somebody?" She's like, you're blending with an energy. Can't you feel it? I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I'm like, oh, she's like, just say what's coming through. Just say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay. I said, there's an older gentleman. He looks Native American, or Native. And he's showing me his land like this. This is like, wow, I'm proud. That's what came through. And that was the smallest blend I've ever done. But she's like, she belongs to this person. You're absolutely right. You blended. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm a medium? Oh my God, I'm a medium.
I think that's like what happens the first time. And you just, and you'll have all the evidence from the sitter, like, yes, you have my grandfather. And you'll just be like, nope. No.
Like, this can't be real. Like, this cannot. How can I be blending right now? But basically, that's exactly what happened. I was I was excited. And at the same time, I was in shock. Like, oh my God, this just happened. So that was really cool.
That's awesome. So what are the most beneficial tools that you use in your mediumship toolbox?
Okay. This is going to sound weird, but for me, of course, meditation is important to any medium. So that's one. Me tapping into spirit is listening to Christian music. I know. I was kind of like, what? But it's true. I could blend, or I could be in spirit world quickly if I start listening to music. It's some Christian music. It's just, I don't know why. And when I'm in the military, you pray. That's a thing in the military before a ceremony or something like that. I don't know. Is there a light thing? Like the light keeps going on and off. I'm not sure what's going on.
Is it me? Because I'm turning my lights off.
Sure. But anyway, so as I bend my head to pray, I tap into spirit quickly. And it's so interesting because, of course, my people come from, it's not from the God that I honor and worship now. It's from other gods, and that's just who I can connect with. And I don't know. It's just that's it. Religion, not religion, but Christian music. That's part of my toolbox. Something that I could just let go. I don't know. It's weird to explain.
So are you talking like the Christian music, like that's like on the radio, or like the music that you hear at church?
So I don't go to church. I don't believe. I guess again we're talking about religion.
It
I
always comes up.
yeah. I've had so many bad experiences with religious people
Mhm.
because I don't fit into that mold
Yeah.
where it's like you're a proper Christian woman. I've never been a proper Christian woman, but I sense the God that I worship and I pray to the God that I worship, and I can relate to the words, the lyrics from the Christian music. So I don't go to church, but Christian music for some reason I'm really, really connected to, and it helps me blend with spirit in ways that I've just it's easy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I get that. I actually have two songs. I don't know if you know them, but they are Christian. They're like
Mm.
Christian songs, and they are amazing. Do you know Known? The song Known? I
Yeah,
have
I think so.
I
Yeah.
love that song. I absolutely
Yeah.
love that song. And then there's one called Light Shine Bright with Toby Mac.
Okay, I like him, so yeah, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
you
I've listened
would
to it
love
like
it. You
that.
would love I have to send it to you.
All
But
right.
so what religion growing up were you considered? Were you Catholic? Were you
It's so funny. This is what I'm saying. My mom was, she's a flip-flopper. I love her, but I remember as I have a memory as a child, my mom took us to a santero.
okay? What is that?
It's it's like a shaman type
Oh,
for her for and they use sage to cleanse us.
wow.
Yeah, so I remember that as a child, and then I also remember going to church with her as a child. So I think that my mom knew that she was sensitive because I remember that, but she fought it
Most
because it
people,
wasn't
a lot of
right.
people do. A lot
Yeah,
of people do.
yeah,
And they struggle with it. And that's the problem.
yeah,
It's like I feel like my whole life, being empathic, I struggled with it because I didn't know what I was. I didn't know why I was sensitive to certain things. And, the depression and anxiety may come about it and social anxieties and stuff. And until you educate yourself on being empathic and being sensitive,
oh God, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yes,
Your whole world changes. Your
yeah,
whole world changes because you just know that it's like, okay, it's not just me. This is a thing, and you learn to protect yourself. But yeah, I know a lot of people that are empathic and they just don't want to hear it. They
right,
want to like live in fear,
yeah.
you know?
Not knowing exactly how to handle other people's emotions because
Right.
we are empaths. We get contaminated with other people's junk,
Yeah.
and it really, really hinders our emotional state and
Right.
our just walk with light in life. It's just yeah,
And it's so easy, like when you start feeling anxiety, to go to the therapist or go to the psychiatrist and say, I have anxiety, and then you go on a pill. You're not questioning that it's your anxiety or if it's someone you are picking it up from, you
yeah,
know? But yeah, it's, and it's sad to see that, like, you want to help people, especially other empaths, but if they can't help themselves, it's like, what, you know what I mean? I'm here when you
right,
need me.
right.
So who have you trained with as far as like your psychic and spiritual development?
My mentor now is Jen Shepherd. Um,
Okay.
she is a spiritualist reverend. Um, I've I've trained with Anthony Morak, I think his last name is.
Okay.
Um, and I've trained with Candace. I can't remember her last name, but I did a beginning training with them, an introduction to mediumship.
Yeah.
But I really, truly do find that my current teacher and mentor has been extremely helpful to me. And she was the one that I went to her circle and said, "You're blending with spirit. I could feel it. Just say it."
Mhm.
So she's been very, very helpful. Um,
And this is Jen Shepherd.
yes, Jen
Okay.
Shepherd.
And
She's
is this
actually
all Zoom? This is all through Zoom?
yes, she has a course coming up soon for beginners, and it's within 6 months. So it's an introduction
Okay.
and then development circles. It's just really, really awesome. If anybody's interested, just send me a message.
Awesome. So who is someone that you respect or look up to as a spiritual teacher or medium?
To be honest with you, I'm not really savvy when it comes to understanding the older mediums, but within my training, I am getting to know some names. I really, really love how some of the older mediums, the evidence that they come up with, it's amazing. What's his name? Other than the typical people, I'm just like not really thinking about a name right now. Can't think of a name. It's an older guy, British. Of course, those British people, they know what they're doing. um, I can't remember his name. And
Tommy Stockwell?
no, I mean he's great too, but no, older than
I don't know.
I'll have to
Yeah.
I'll have to research that and I'll get back to you on it. I can't remember his name.
Colin. I know that I read Colin Firth, I think his name is. He had a mediumship book that I read. Or Gordon.
Gordon.
There we go. Yes. Gordon
yeah.
Smith or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
His evidence is just amazing.
And I think it was his book that I read. It's like Intuitive Studies or something like that. And he was the one that throughout the whole book, he was just like, I don't care where you are in your development, always have a mediumship circle.
Yeah.
Always have that place to go because
so important.
Yeah. So and after like I read that, I understood that like it is so important regardless of where you are in your development. If you're beginning, if you're intermediate, if you're advanced, it's important to stay humble and to go to a place where you can keep on developing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. I feel like he had I mean, I think a lot of the older mediums really, really dedicated a lot of time and training, and I think they were amazing and are amazing. I'm not sure who's still alive or not, but
yeah, anyone, I mean, England takes their mediumship so seriously. That's like on my to-do list is to go to the Arthur Findlay College for at least like a workshop.
Yes, I'm coming with you, Erica. Don't leave without me.
But that is something that I definitely want to do because the knowledge that they have is just absolutely incredible. But yeah. And the next question we already kind of touched on was like, what is your religious background? And can you believe in God and do this work?
Of course. Everything's connected.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that we have to learn. Spirit is spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit to me is God. Spirit to me is, I mean, if we're doing something absolutely beautiful and there's so much love, I mean, as soon as you start meditating, you sense it, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
When you blend with spirit, you feel that love as well. I mean, I think that it all is all connected. Everything's connected. So yes.
I
And
think
yeah.
you're totally right.
Yeah.
I think you're really right. You know, and I hate when there are certain people, well-known, famous people that, and I feel like this just drives me crazy because, you know, there was a well-known person who created Oracle card. You know who I'm talking about, Oracle cards. She was very well known in the New Age metaphysical world. She spoke about spirit guides and all of this. And then she decided that she was going to read the Bible, and she then said that this work is not what God wants us to do. Okay. Don't tell, first off, there's other verses in the Bible that speaks about mysticism and mediumship and stuff. So I don't know where she got the message that this is, you know, not the work that God wants us to do.
Yeah. And I think that if you're in the beginning stages of your development and you hear somebody so known say something like that, you are going to get discouraged.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has a path, and I'm not sure exactly why she said what she said, but I know the truth that I feel like what I'm doing is not bad.
Right.
I'm healing others
Right.
and helping others. And it's funny that you say that, because I don't know if we talked about this before, but I've met a 10-year-old little girl with so much abilities. She could sense, or not sense, but she could be like the actual mediums that see actual figures. Yeah. So I'm like, how could this 10-year-old girl be evil?
Right.
How could this, and I just don't understand how people could work in this work and say what she said, that this isn't good.
Right. It's just, it really, I think she lost a lot of people when she came out and said that, because so many respected psychic mediums and people within the spiritual community looked up to her. You know, they really listened to her. They read her books. They bought her oracle cards. And then for her to just say, nope, this stuff is bad. Are you serious? Like, are you serious? Because I don't think I knew this was going on. And, you know, I really did not know how to sit with the information that I was getting as far as like her walking out on this path. And then I went to a garage sale, and this one woman, the woman that was holding the garage sale, I started getting the feeling that there was a spirit there. And you know, when a spirit needs to get a message across, you almost start feeling like anxious.
Anxiety.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how to describe the feeling. It doesn't happen every single time. Like, sometimes you have to go searching for it. But when a spirit needs to get a message across, you feel it. You know that if you don't say it, you're going to have to deal with this anxiety for the rest of the day. So I went and I, you know, made the connection. I gave her evidence, and it was her husband that was in a coma for 4 months before he passed, and she took care of him. And all he wanted to tell her was thank you. Like, thank you for taking care of me and making sure my wishes are, you know, were met. And this sweet old lady, just one tear comes down her cheek, and she gets up and hugs me. And I'm like, how is that the devil's work?
Yeah.
How is that the devil's work?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're connecting mothers to past children. You're connecting daughters to their mothers. You're just making a connection, and you're healing so many wounds. Like, don't tell me, you know, that this is not healing, you know?
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly. As long as we have a clear conscience,
Right.
and as long as we're ethically doing what is right. And I think that's something that we might want to consider is
Yes.
doing a Zoom about ethics, because that is important.
The problem is with that is like, I have, you know, with my training and stuff like that, like I'm told that, and most of the mediums that are well known will tell you that like certain ways to go about creating a link. And there are some people in the community that don't do it the way that is taught, you know? So yeah, no, I mean, ethics is definitely something that it's just, that's a touchy subject.
It is a touchy subject, but I think that we should probably say something
Right.
for people that are starting. And of course, every person for everybody's different.
Right.
You have your own path, and we're not saying that you have to do it this way. It's take what you can take from it, and take that doesn't resonate, don't take it.
Right.
That's it.
Right. That's like one thing, like, you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, want to jump into mediumship, and that's amazing. But they have to understand the first and foremost that they need to, this is their path. We can't give them a link. We can't tell them what to do. We can't tell them how to obtain the information or, you know, create a relationship with spirit. It's your path. And, you know, anybody going out there and saying that they can get a link for you and they can do all this, like, don't trust them. Don't, you know.
I've actually never heard about that. I've never heard that before, that people are saying that, but that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. There's also people calling what they're doing mediumship. And this is like in a bunch of the Facebook groups, they're calling it mediumship. And all they're doing is going to those James Van Praagh and Doreen Virtue's oracle cards, like that messages from heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And they're literally just pulling a card.
That's not
calling that me. And I'm like, people have a lot of nerve. Like they really, you know, wow. But oh my gosh. So if you can tell a developing medium 3 pieces of advice, what would they be?
Fear kills your link.
It does.
That's one. If you have fear about mediumship, if you have fear about spirit, it's going to be very weak links that you're not going to be able to blend and hold the blend for a long time.
Right.
So get rid of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Talk it through, talk it over with people, ask questions, research, read your books, whatever you need to do to get over it. Then get over it. A second thing is learn to have a filter. That's something that I'm working on. Because I am very direct, and I mean, I don't get offended easily, and I feel like things that are coming to me, messages that are coming to me, are something that I'm supposed to say, but I could say it in a way where it's kind and loving, and that's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
So always be prudent. Know your audience. Know who you're speaking with.
Yes. Yeah. That's
and
something I think I'm working on too. I think we're all working on it, because even like when John Edwards is doing a medium read, you know, at a studio, he's always like, can I be honest? Can I get really personal? Can I get really personal? But yeah, you could be getting a message that is not something, you know, someone would be proud of or want to be known to the world. But I do see, like, you did a good job, like, just before in the circle, you just said, you know, can I go here? Like, can I, and you did, and it was a link, you know?
Yeah.
So that is something, yes. Yes.
And then the last piece of advice for a development medium is practice, practice,
Yes.
practice.
Right.
I don't care if you got 5 things wrong and 2 things right. The
Right.
more you practice, the better your information will come through, the better your abilities will continue to grow, or the more that your abilities will continue to grow. And if you really are interested,
Mm-hmm.
I would make time for it.
Yes. Yes. That is something, some people, do better with one-on-one reads, and then others do better, in a circle, and then others do better with channeling a spirit through a photo or with psychometry. But practice more,
Every
try all of
day,
them.
a little bit. Yes.
Yes. Try all of them, because you might be very surprised. Like, you'll try a different method and it might work better for you. You might grab a stronger link. You might get more information a different way. So I would definitely try different ways. But yes, practice. That's something that's very important.
Right.
So is there anything else you want to tell our viewers about psychic development and mediumship development?
Well, first, I want to just apologize for the way I look today. I am packing and moving to Buffalo, New York. So I don't have time to get dressed up like I usually do, try to get dressed up. But I also do want to just thank everybody for being a part of this group. You guys are amazing. And I hope you truly, if you are truly interested in developing, that you continue to show up to the circles. If we're not, if there's a specific time that you can do it, and maybe because we have 3 admins, of course. Erica is the owner. I'm an admin, and Stacy is an admin as well. If just reach out to us, and then we'll try to figure out a way to make sure we have a circle for your time, for
Yes.
your time zone. So just continue to practice. Don't be discouraged. If you hear a no, it's okay to hear no's.
Right.
And as you develop and you become more confident, a no is really great, because then you can feel into the no and try to translate the symbol or the information that is coming through better. So the no's are good, believe it or not. No's are really good.
Yes. I want to point that out, because you might be getting a symbol, and you're saying the symbol and what you think it means, but it might mean something totally different. So write down your no's.
Right.
Write down your no's, and then look back at them, because you might get that same symbol again and again and again. So that's what I do. Like, when I get a no, I go, okay, well, I saw this. They said no. And then I got it again a couple months, and I just had an intuition, like, well, it was no for this. Let me try this. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
So
that's how it is.
Yeah. Yep. Keep a journal. But yes, we do understand. We have almost over 300 members, which is amazing. And we are so grateful that you guys are taking part in the exercises and, trying to get to Mediumship Circle. But, we want to point out that all 3 of the admins, we're all on the East. Well, we're East Coast, and Stacy is in Canada. So she's 2 hours after us. But we really do try, we try to do morning circles as well as evening circles. After 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, it is hard for us to stay up that late.
Yes, it is.
She works full time. I have 2 young children. So, 7 o'clock for, circles is kind of our shut off. But, we are looking for possibly someone on the Pacific Coast time, or even Central, that would be willing to host circles. But yeah, just let us know if the times that we give don't really work for you. Just message us and let us know, like, hey, afternoons work better or 4 p.m. works better. And we'll try to work with that as long as we have enough participants that can do a certain time frame. But we do really encourage everybody to at least come to Circle so you can see that it's low key, it's practice, you know, and it might really just kind of bring you to a different level as far as like, okay, like maybe I can get all that information that Maria got, or, you know, oh, I was thinking the same thing that Erica was thinking when she was creating the link. So, you know, we really do encourage people to, even if you're not ready to channel, come to Circle. Just to see, because that's what's going to get your confidence up.
Right.
You know? Yep. But thank you so much, Maria.
Of course.
Wonderful. So yes, I'm going to go ahead. I didn't put this live on the wall because I was afraid that we were going to have the same problems
that I had yesterday. Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my YouTube. I will send you the link so you can put it on yours. But guys, thanks again for joining and, you know, taking the time out of your busy lives to let us talk about spirit and our journeys. But we want you guys to know, like, we are here, like we are developing as well. We are, you know, we're all on this same path together. So please, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you know, if you had a dream, please feel free to post it on the wall, because you might be surprised at how many people can help you with this, help interpret things for you. We're all on the spiritual path together. So let's help out each other. Right?
That's right.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Maria, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
Yeah. So we are set. Bye, guys.
Bye.